Hi everybody, this is the baseball hype, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, the Hunter. Welcome back to the baseball hype 2. Hopefully you like this video. And hit that subscribe button. So the Mets on Thursday introduced outfielder Juan Soto to the Mets side of town, the good guys. And a lot was sort of discussed, why he came to the Mets. Obviously, the money. The money's the number one reason. The Mets gave him the most money, and that was predicted. I predicted a lot of it, and there's quite a few people. The Mets were the favorites from the very beginning, and it was going to come down to the Mets and the Yankees. The Yankees had an advantage. He played for them last year, but the Mets had the do-re-mi, they had the money and the wherewithal to sign him without any problems, if it came down to that. Now, some interesting thing was revealed during the press conference and some of the questions after. And that was his relationship. This is Juan Soto's relationship with the New York Yankees. Well, let me read you the article. And I do have somewhat of a confirmation from another place. This is from the Daily Mail.co.uk. Let's see. New Mets star Juan Soto sends Aaron Judge a message as he reveals standoff from ex-Yankees teammates. Juan Soto revealed that he had not spoken to Aaron Judge and his former Yankee teammates since his tectonic shifting move to crosstown rival Mets. This is a huge move in the history of baseball here in New York and with the New York Mets in particular. Because of the length of the contract, of course, the monetary part of the contract. This is a huge situation, and they took a play away from the Yankees. However, Soto remains open to speaking to his ex-comrades despite his not-so-pleasant departure. Oh boy. After joining forces with Judge in the Bronx from San Diego last season, Soto helped the Yankees to their first World Series appearance since 2009, before losing to the Los Angeles Dodgers. At his introductory press conference with his new team, Soto revealed that he hasn't contacted the Yankees since taking his talents to Citi Field in Queens. Quote, I haven't talked to any of those guys, Soto told the press. We talked to them through the playoffs, and at the end of the playoffs, at the end of that, I make this process. I haven't talked to any of those guys. Interesting, and I like how it says those guys, Talks about those guys, Soto is headed to Flushing Meadows after signing a record-breaking $765 million deal to be in the orange and blue for 15 years. The deal contains a full no-trade clause, a $75 million signing bonus, incredible, an opt-out after 5 seasons, and no deferred money. The Mets team can void Soto's opt-out clause after the 2029 season if they boost the annual value of the final 10 years of his deal from $51 million to $55 million. Wow. Subway Series for the world title nearly came to fruition this year before the Mets' hopes for the final stage got derailed by the Dodgers. The Mets were 2 wins away. 2 wins away, folks, from getting to the World Series. However, with Soto's acquisition, the matchup may happen again, pinning him against his former teammates. Nonetheless, Soto insisted there is no bad blood between him and the Yankees. But there's a lot of bad blood, folks, with the Yankees fans. Yankees fans are extremely, extremely angry. But to get back to the this whole rift between Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, you're gonna find this an amazing thing that happened, I guess, on Tuesday. This interview, this show that's on ESPN. Now, as I said in the beginning of this video, this is a seismic shift, not only to baseball but to sports. Because the Mets have sort of been this team that's sort of snake-bitten. They were not snake-bitten in this situation. And they've basically turned over the tables and really done all kinds of stuff that's really switched a lot of stuff that's been going on for the last 30 years. But from awful announcing, they cover everything that's going on in the media. According to ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, you know him. He's probably one of the biggest names in sports commentary. Probably the biggest name, I would think. He's probably the number one guy and all that in his industry. And he had something very interesting to say about Juan Soto and Aaron Judge. This is from Again, awful announcement. Stephen A. Smith claims Juan Soto wasn't really feeling Aaron Judge. Quote, that's what I heard from the people in the Dominican community that I know personally. Wasn't that interesting? So this is a bit of a confirmation to a certain degree. Baseball world has had plenty to say about Juan Soto's decision to sign a record-breaking 15-year, $765 million contract with the New York Mets. And on Wednesday, ESPN's Stephen A. Smith offered his thoughts on the matter pertaining to why Soto didn't opt to stay with the Yankees. Soto and the Yankees fell short in the World Series to the Los Angeles Dodgers, a series in which Soto did everything in his power to win. In the 5-game series, he hit for a .313 batting average with 1 home run, an RBI, and 6 runs scored. The same could not be said for Aaron Judge, whose struggles throughout the World Series and largely the postseason were highly discussed by sports media pundits. While several factors seem to go into Soto's decision, including the Mets giving him the biggest contract in terms of salary per year, Smith believes that Judge's postseason struggles perhaps played the biggest role in Soto opting to move from the Bronx to Queens. Now, the word is that he's very concerned about who bats behind him. I've heard that several places. I think we know that. Quote, Juan Soto was out there balling, Smith said on Wednesday's edition of First Take. Quote, like you said, he's Ted Williams at the plate. Who isn't? Aaron Judge in the playoffs, 58 home runs during the regular season, over 100 RBIs during the regular season. But come playoff time, you have to have an APB out for him. And it's not just this postseason, it's been several postseasons. If George Steinbrenner were alive, what would George Steinbrenner be saying about Aaron Judge? He would talk about him like he talked about Dave Winfield. So we have to consider all of that and think for a second about what role that played with Juan Soto. Again, he says, I've heard that Juan Soto wasn't really feeling Aaron Judge. I don't know the particulars. I don't cover the team, but that's what I heard from people in the Dominican community that I know personally. But here's the deal. If you're Juan Soto and you're going up against the Dodgers and you saw Mookie Betts play the way that he played along with others, and you watch Aaron Judge come up so small in the heat of the competition, is that what you want to stick with for years to come? You want a dog with you. You want a guy that you can trust to be in a foxhole with you and is going to be out there doing what they are supposed to do. We can look at the rest of the Yankees, but if Aaron Judge had a better series, we're talking about them winning Game 1, and we're likely talking about that being a 7-game series if Aaron Judge had shown up. And if you're Juan Soto, you have to think about that. Now, that is something. That is not out of the realm of what's been discussed amongst us Met fans, is that one of the things that's come out is that he was concerned about who protected him really since he's been when he was with the Nationals. He had no protection there after they stripped the team in 2021. And this past year, he had Aaron Judge, but Aaron Judge didn't show up. But there seems to be a little bit more to this, because according to Juan Soto, nobody contacted him. The Yankees didn't even put out any kind of ad congratulating him, nothing. They didn't thank him for his season with the Yankees, nothing. Not one teammate has come out about him. Very strange story. There might have been some kind of issue with him and the rest of that team. They've been a very dysfunctional team, the New York Yankees, to be honest with you, from the top down. And it's very strange that they didn't thank him, and they've thanked other players in the past for their help, getting them to win so many games. Very strange story. But you let me know what you think about this video, and of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut too, and I'll see you later.